Hey guys, another Open Dragon Mouth here, and you're probably wondering where I'm at. I'm actually in Somerset, which is about an hour east of Pittsburgh. I'm actually out here on business, but I wanted to record this video because there's still stuff going around about J Badger here. Um, the reason why I'm doing a recording here is because I am at the service station here, and this is the place where I first met him. And we did geocaching, and we found one of those bushes over there where those dogs are. And we're right next to a windmill farm. You can see those windmills in the background there. So yeah, I figured I'd record some video here. Just for old time's sake. But I don't think we should do the video here because it'll get a little emotional. So let me send it back to North Carolina. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't need to snap my fingers for that one. How's it really work then? Oh well. Alright, anyway, so yeah, back here in North Carolina again. Like I said, I was on business, so I was like, I'm at that same area where I met Jay Badger, so might as well do video there. Anyway, as far as Furry World, not much to talk about, but I do want to touch up on a few things. First off, I've been noticing it ever since that I've posted my biggest little FurCon video. I have seen that it has got a lot of views, probably the most views out of any of my videos. Aside from the one I've made back in 2007, which is a really, really old video, which holds over 10,000, but that's because people have been viewing it over the years. But this has only been only a matter of a month. Right now, it's up to 3,738 views. That's the most of any of my videos. And on top of that, I've been noticing I've been getting an uptick of subscribers left and right. I'm up to 547 now. I know it doesn't sound much, but about before I posted this video, I was under 500. So it's good to see that that other furs have an interest with my videos. Of course, maybe not necessarily my Open Dragon Mouth videos because I am a bit of the talkative type. But of course, more con videos are coming. We do have another coming up shortly, which I will get to in just a minute. Um, so yeah. I also want to touch up on the stuff that's been happening in Orlando. Seeing that I've worked down there a couple of times. I have someone that lives down there. So yeah, it is a terrible tragedy that happened down there at the Pulse nightclub. 49 killed, another at least 50 injured. I just wish that people would stop politicizing it, all that. I have pretty much stopped watching the news just so I could get all that political stuff away from me. But there was one thing that was brought to my attention. Uh, Someone had posted that some furry was one of the 49 that was killed and claimed that it was on the Fur Affinity page. That turned out to be a hoax. So, uh, yeah, just be careful of any rumors because stuff like this can cause some furs to try to bring attention to themselves. Of course, this is not the first time that this has happened. This has happened several times over the years. So you got to be careful of that stuff. Um, Also, of course, Disney being involved. Now, there's the news story that there was a 2-year-old that wandered into the lake and was attacked by an alligator. And I just had to say a few things on that. First off, were the parents not watching their kid? Second, there were signs that said that you should not be going in that water. Because I have seen alligators in there. I've been to several of the beaches there. Uh, even one guest that came forward that went to Coronado Springs and said they saw alligators there. I can back him up on that. I've seen alligators in Coronado Springs. So, but you can pretty much expect them anywhere when you're in the state of Florida. Uh, Also, that lake is not exactly the cleanest of. I mean, you got boats traveling over there every single day, every night. So that is not to mention that it's man-made. Not exactly the cleanest of lakes. So I don't know why you let your child wander in that dirty water. Also, I'm no zoologist, but I was looking up some stuff about alligators. Now, just correct me if I'm wrong, but I've also seen some videos of this. But alligators are territorial creatures. They usually won't tread very far from water. As far as interaction with humans, they tend to avoid interacting with humans, as they usually go the other way. If they attack, it's usually either because of mistaken identity or they feel threatened. On top of that, there were organizations that warned against feeding the alligators, since that can change their habits on how they approach humans. So, pretty much where I'm getting at is just leave them alone. You see an alligator, just don't go near them. You don't bother them, they won't bother you. It's as simple as that. Yeah, I think this is just another case of stupid parents. Just as long as you don't bother the alligators or go near their territory, they won't bother you, okay? All right, and 2 more weeks, and the big one is coming back. Anthrocon, and this will be their 20th anniversary. And I should mention that if you've seen my Twitter feed, I've been keeping an eye on the NHL playoffs. The Pittsburgh Penguins have brought home the Stanley Cup, so this is going to be a crazy weekend. And yes, they had their little parade with the Stanley Cup. But of course, we're going to have our own. So, but yeah, I'm expecting to be a very crazy weekend in Pittsburgh. So, because of this is their 20th anniversary, their theme is the Roaring 20. So, little old school theme. The schedule that they have listed. By the way, I will be arriving Thursday, and I will be there as a sponsor. Only the second time I've done this. I was also sponsor at Biggest Little Furcon, as you probably saw there. Now, does it say where the registration is going to open? I currently don't see that right now, but I know it's out there somewhere. But in the meantime, There will be open gaming at 6 p.m. That Thursday, which will occur at inside the Western in Cambria. There will be a social mixer at the Allegheny Room. Something that you do every year. There's usually snacks, and this is your time to interact. Let's see, and 8:30 will be to Absent Friends. 9 o'clock, the pre-con dance. I've had someone ask me if I was going to DJ there. The answer is no, mainly because of some stiff competition. I've had some great feedback from both the coordinators, from fans of mine. I didn't even mention this, but if you saw in my DJ video from Biggest Little FurCon, someone actually left me a tip. I've never had that happen before, not counting Second Life. But yeah, I've never had that happen before. But yeah, I had some great feedback, but I can't really compete up against DJs like BBF, who's done Anthrocon for several years and is one of the best. As he's been in the audio and visual field for quite a long time. So I will aim to try to DJ Anthrocon sometime in the future, but right now is not the time just because of some stiff competition. I have been scheduled to do another con, but they have requested me not to announce it until after Anthrocon, and I'll explain why when the time comes. So we will get to Friday, and Open Gaming will open up at 9 a.m. Let's see. Opening ceremonies will be starting at 10:30. It's an odd time, but that's what they put it in, and of course it'll be in the Spirit of Pittsburgh Ballroom as always. Let's see. Of course, there's an Angel Dragon community meet and greet at 11 a.m. Most likely the opening ceremonies will still be going on, as there's usually a lot of content going on. By the way, I wonder how Bick Lee is doing, one of the ASL interpreters. If you remember, some time ago, he was bugged and he was attacked. Was sent to a hospital, and there was a fundraiser to help with his medical bills. I haven't heard how he's doing. I'm hoping that he'll still be here this year. I'm hoping. I don't know. But let's see. If this is your first time at Anthrocon, there is a panel for you at 12 p.m. Hosted by Kage himself, and it will be in Westmoreland. Let's see. The dealer's room will be opening at 12 p.m. And if I'm right, I think the sponsors and super sponsors go earlier. And yes, they do. They go 15 minutes earlier. It's one of the benefits of paying more money. Let's see. What else do we got here? We got a panel because of this theme, Style of the 1920s, which will be in the Westin Butler Room. And as always, Kage does this every year. Well, actually, they don't have Kage listed into this one. It's the Furries and the Media panel. They do this one every year, and they have Sinwolf and KP listed in this one. Usually Kage's in this one. He's not listed in this. I don't know if this is intentional, but whatever. But this one's usually in this con every year. So if you haven't attended this panel, I do recommend this one. If you're doing the charity poker tournament, the signups will be at 2 p.m. occurring at David Lawrence Convention Center, rooms 413 to 415. Let's see. And we got a bunch of meet and greets. I'll be here all day listening to them because there's a lot of them there. What else do we got? Yeah, the poker tournament would officially start at 3 p.m. Same thing, 4:13 to 4:15. Let's see, there will be a Q&A session with one of the guests of honor, Joaquin Baldwin. Hope I pronounced that right, which I will talk about her in just a few minutes. Let's see, there is... we got an open mic at 5 p.m. occurring in the Spirit Pittsburgh Ballroom, which will be hosted by Alkali and To the Ranting Griffin. Let's see, what else do we get? Now, 6 o'clock is going to be interesting, as there's going to be a showing of Furries, a documentary, which will be in 319 to 321. And there will be a fan discussion of Zootopia, which, by the way, is now out on DVD. And that will be in the West End Cambria room. At 6:30, To the Ranting Griffin, a favorite of everyone here, especially it's one of my favorites as well. A great comedic performance. It'll be in Spirit Pittsburgh Ballroom. What else we got? If you're doing the dance competition, preliminaries will be at 7:30 and will occur in the Weston Allegheny room. For those who are a fan of this, the Dragon Show will be doing a live show at 8:30 and will be in David Lawrence Convention Center, rooms 319 to 321. Let's see. We also have... oh, another personal favorite of mine. Whose Line Is It Anyway? At 10 p.m. occurring in 319 to 321. And if you see my videos, if you ever seen the show, either with Drew Carey or the reboot, pretty much like that, except anyone can do it. And I've done it at Midwest Fur Fest last time, and I think it was probably the best one I've done as far as my attempts. The gas con joke was a little easy, but nonetheless, it was good. Let's see, the Friday night dance will be starting at the same time, of course, in the Spirit Pittsburgh Ballroom. On Saturday, if you're doing the masquerade, you'll have a rehearsal at 8:30 a.m. and should be in the Spirit Pittsburgh Ballroom. It is. Let's see. We also have, for those who have an interest in this, the 4th annual Anthrocon Car Show, and this is going to be held in another location. It's at 1251 Waterfront Place. So, wherever that is. But I know some have an interest in that. Don't worry for those that have motorcycles, because there will be a panel for you, and that's in the Weston, Pennsylvania room. What else do we got? I'm going to tell you, it's a big schedule. If you're at the super sponsored level, there will be a luncheon for you at 11:30 at Allegheny. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Joust Open Play. Now, this was a popular game last year. and you probably saw me do this in the last year's Anthrocon video. It's for the PlayStation move. Basically, everyone holds their baton. You basically have to try to jerk their wand to eliminate them from the game. So, pretty simple game, but pretty fun. Let's see. And I know there's supposed to be the parade somewhere. Yes, it is. It's 1 o'clock. And it'll be at various locations. I think the 1 o'clock is the setup. I'll try to make sure of that. I also need to find out if they're going to make it public again. Let's see. Yeah. Let me find out if it's going to be public again this year. All right, the photo for the parade will be promptly at 2 p.m. inside of Hall A. The hall is open starting at 1 to allow all participants ample time to assemble. It'll start immediately after the photo has been taken, and due to the popularity of the outside portion of last year's parade, it will once again be taking the parade outside the share the parade with citizens of Pittsburgh. So it will be public this year again. And I do have something planned. Let's see. What else do we got? Where are we? For those of you who have an interest in this, Floor Wars at 4:30 p.m. at Weston Allegheny. Let's see. And of course, another favorite of everyone, Uncle Kage's Story Hour, which will be at 7 p.m. at the Spirit of Pittsburgh Ballroom. There is one thing I think he might talk about. He intended to do a show at Vegas Little Fur Con, but couldn't make it. I got a feeling that he might talk about that, because I would like to hear what happened. The masquerade will be at 9 p.m. at the same place as Spirit Pittsburgh Ballroom. Let's see, we'll also have Are You a Werewolf at 10:30. Pepper and Fox Amore After Dark. And that will be at 11 p.m. at Allegheny. And at the same time, the Saturday night dance will occur at Spirit of Pittsburgh Ballroom. On Sunday, Fursuit team games will be at 9 a.m. And they will be, and I have to keep scrolling down my page here, at Weston Allegheny. Let's see. Now this one I haven't seen. They're doing another Who's Line, but this one will be for charity. And it's gonna be there's gonna be special guests at this particular panel. It will be occurring at room 317. The charity auction for Anthrocon will be at 12:30 at DLC 407. And we got Nick the Singing Dog at 1 at DLC 317. Oh, man, what else do we got here? Oh, yes, I almost forgot. The charity show with Kage and To the Ranting Griffin at 3:30. And of course, you will have to buy a ticket for this one. $10 each, and that should be in the Spirit of Pittsburgh Ballroom, just because of how popular this show is. And of course, the closing ceremonies will be right after, and I believe it'll be either 5 or 5:30, as I had closed the thing quite early. Alright, so... And so that everyone knows who the DJs are for this year's Anthrocon, we have Rory, who will be doing Top 40. Magic Ruined will be doing High Energy Electro House, Trap, and Future House. Like I said, BBF will be doing this, so it will be Electro. We'll have Vayotti, who will be doing a progressive house, trance, and party music. Cheetah will be doing a big room hardstyle, EDM, and pop. For Friday, we'll have Rigel, who will be doing electro swing. Rainmaker will be doing electro progressive house. DJ RK will be doing big room progressive and breaks. And Radface will be doing drum and bass. For Saturday, we'll have Raven doing top 40 EDM and house. Rob Gasser will have dubstep and trap, and no one important will have drum and bass. Alright, and let's get to the guests of honor finally. We have 3 guests of honor this year. First up is award-winning animator Joaquin Baldwin. And he's actually male. Okay, I feel silly now. And he is from Paraguay, I guess I will explain it, to study at UCLA Animation Workshop. And he has produced 3 animated shorts, which won over 130 awards and honors at Cannes, the Student Academy Awards, the Student Emmys, CineQuest, USA Film Festival. Yeah, a lot of places. And by the way, he is currently a layout artist at Disney Animation. Next up is Trevor Duvall, who is from Edmonton, Alberta. He has spent 15 years in Vancouver's voiceover industry as an animation and commercial voice actor before relocating to Los Angeles. So, he currently, he recently voiced Rocket Raccoon in the animated Guardians of the Galaxy. He's done Lego Star Wars. Let's see. Oh, yes, and he's also done MLP, Friendship is Magic. And then our final guest of honor will be Tracy Butler, who is originally from Massachusetts and is currently living in St. Louis. She has delved into stories that her century-old house had to tell. So since 2006, she has been telling and drawing tales of felines living and working in the United States in the era of Prohibition. So that sounds appropriate for our Roaring Twenties theme. And the charity this year will be the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. So I'm going to partially quote this from the zoo and the aquarium themselves. With 8,000 animals representing every continent on the planet, the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium unequivocally boast some of the wildest experiences in the Steel City. As one of only 6 public zoo and aquarium combinations in the country, the park offers guests first-hand encounters with a robust plethora of species, from the grandeur of majestic African elephants to the playful antics Gentoo penguins. So they will be the beneficiaries for this year. And am I missing anything else? And how did I forget about registration? I always recommend doing pre-reg, but of course, that's done and over with. For going on site, attending membership will be $60. Sponsorship will be $110, and super sponsors will be $250. If you plan to do one day, it will be $30. And how many hotels do we have this year? Because we keep growing and growing. Let's see. Of course, we have the West End. I am slated to be at the DoubleTree, which is only half a block away. Because when they went to Pittsburgh, I think they started off with 3, I think 4 hotels. Let's see. So yeah, what do we got here? We had Courtyard, DoubleTree, Hampton Inn and Suites, Marriott, Omni, Renaissance, and Wyndham. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hotels. Wow. Yeah, I never thought it would be growing that much. We're overtaking the city now. Okay, so how long have I gone now? I've gone 30 minutes? Wow. Wow. Really love talking about Anthrocon. Okay, so that'll do it for me here. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. This Dragon's Mouth is now closing.